Today we have a third foundation class of resolution batch. And before moving forward, again, we will be talking about the important dates of exam. So first paper will be on 20th of October. That is your IE and IFS. Second will be your principles and practices of banking on 26th of October. 27th of October, we have AFM, accounting and financial management for bankers. And 9th of November, we have retail banking and wealth management. These are the four subjects we have that dates have been already given by IIBF. Now, when the registration will start? The registration will start from 1st of August. So you can see, sorry, not the 1st of August, but the 3rd of August, we can say the registration will properly start. So do make sure that you register on time, and these are the important dates which we have to remember for our paper. Now, let's move forward. In the last session, we have discussed the certain terminologies here. Now we are going to continue with the priority sector and MSME. So first of all, if we talk about the priority sector lending, this priority sector is not only in your IEIFS syllabus, but also in your PPB. Similarly, MSME you will also find in the PPB syllabus. So these two topics are common in these two subjects that we have to go for. Okay, now let's start. First of all, let me know what is priority sector. What is priority sector? Which sectors are known as the priority sector? Class 2 recorded session also not available. Sir, I guess we have talked yesterday on over phone, right? If did you have messaged to the support ID? Have you mailed the same issue to the support ID of Adda? Education is one of them. Okay. Those sector which need improvement. Okay. Agriculture is there, education is there. Let's say if we talk about the priority sector simply means those sectors which need improvement or which need development. Priority sectors, if we talk about, they include those sectors which needs improvement or development. Improvement or development. According to So if we talk about, we were talking about the priority sector. So if we talk about the priority sector, what is priority sector? Priority sector simply means those sectors which need improvement or development, according to Government of India and RBI. So according to government and RBI, those sectors which need improvement, which need development, those sectors will be named as a priority sector. Okay, those sectors will be known as what? Priority sector. Now, if I talk about how many priority sectors have been defined like that, so we have total 8 priority sectors. We have total 8 priority sectors that have been named as the priority sector which need improvement or which need development. Okay, there are total 8 sectors which need improvement or development. And name those sectors. If we talk about those sectors, name the first, we have agriculture, as you guys have said. Agriculture is one of them. Apart from that, we have education. One second. Apart from agriculture, we have education. Apart from education, we have micro, small, medium enterprises, export credit we have. So agriculture, education, MSME, export credit. Then we have social infrastructure. We have renewable energy. We have housing and others. And the last will be others. These are the total sectors we have as a priority sector that have been named by Government of India and RBI. Right. Now, these sectors will get the priority when bank will be providing loan. When bank is providing loan, in that situation, the first priority bank have to give to these sectors to provide loan in comparison to other. Okay, so the percentage of ANBC or CAIIB that have been prescribed by RBI, that will be given as a loan to the priority sector. Okay, and this target will be given by RBI every year, and these are very important that we have to cover, right? So all the targets of PSL we will be discussing in the detailed class, but today do remember, priority sectors are those sectors which need improvement, which need development as per the Government of India and RBI. These sectors will be known as the priority sectors. Okay, next. If we talk about MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises, when we talk about micro, small, medium enterprises, these are those enterprises which have been divided on the basis of their turnover and on the basis of their investment in plants, machinery, or equipment. So micro, small, medium enterprises have been defined, their definition have been given on the basis of 2 criteria. First is the turnover, and the second is investment in plant, machinery, or equipment. Okay, so these are the 2 criteria that have been given to define the define the micro, small, medium enterprises in the country. So when we talk about priority sector lending, these are those sector which needs improvement, which needs development. Okay, and when we talk about micro, small, medium enterprises, the micro, small, medium enterprises are those enterprises who actually been developing the Indian economy by providing more and more production in the country, by helping us to grow in the export sector, while also helping us to raise the foreign currency reserves in the country. So all these are the part of your prior MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises. So micro, small, medium enterprises will be those enterprises which we want to contribute minimum 50% in the country's GDP. It means more and more production we want to be done by the micro, small, medium enterprises. Okay, so you can see when we talk about priority sector, development of priority sectors are much needed for balanced and inclusive growth. Inclusive means the overall growth we need in the country. Then most governments and central banks understand that they are crucial for the development of countries' basic needs, therefore should be prioritized over the other sectors. Okay, apart from that, the next we have is micro, small, medium enterprises are among the country's strongest drivers of economic growth, innovation, and employment as well. So, with a vast network of your 64 million enterprises, the micro, small, medium enterprises sector contributes significantly to the growth of the Indian economy, right? So, when we talk about MSME is a kind of enterprises in the country which are providing employment, huge amount of employment in the country, plus helping us to grow the GDP and export as well. So you can see the sector roughly contribute 45% of manufacturing output, more than 40% of exports, more than 28% of GDP, while employing approximately 120 million people, that ranking second only to agriculture in terms of size of employment. So if we talk about the sectors of Indian economy, the maximum employment is provided by the agriculture sector in the country. The maximum employment provided by whom? It is provided by the agriculture sector in the country. So after agriculture, if we talk about in terms of employment, it is our micro, small, medium enterprises, which is providing us the huge amount of employment in the country. So you can see micro, small, medium enterprises helping us to contribute in the manufacturing, in exports, in GDP, as well as employing around 120 million people in the country. That's why MSME is it plays a huge role in our country's economy, in our country's development or growth. Okay, so do remember micro, small, medium enterprises. These are those enterprises which help the country to develop and grow, not only domestically but internationally. Now, if I talk about micro, small, medium enterprises, the MSME is helping out the economy by doing what? By having the service and manufacturing sector the same definition on the basis of the criteria that have been given to both. First is your turnover, and second is your investment in plant, equipment, or machinery. So now, to make the MSME huge part of Indian economy, the government of India have made the same definition for your service and manufacturing sector enterprises. Right? So service sector enterprises and your manufacturing sector enterprises, they say they have a same definition on the basis of turnover and investment in plants, equipment, or machinery. And why this have been done? This have been done to make the MSME sector a huge part of country's development, huge part of country's growth. Okay, as I've told you, we are planning to make sure that MSME sector includes the development of our country and have 50% contribution in the GDP of Indian economy. And to make this happen, we have also simplified the definition so that more and more enterprises will come under this criteria. Okay, now the next topic we have is economic reform. Can someone tell me what is economic reform? what is economic reforms and in which year these reforms have been introduced? What is economic reforms and in which year these reforms have been introduced? Let me know. 1991 is the year. That's correct. In 1991, we have introduced the economic reform. That's correct. Now, if I talk about the economic reform, it is known as LPG policy as well. We can call it a LPG policy. So LPG is actually the economic reform, and that's the last amendment that happened in our country's economy that have been changed due to certain reasons. So if I talk about LPG, it stands for liberalization. It stands for liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Liberalization, privatization, and globalizations, these are the part of your LPG policy or economic reforms, right? When I talk about the liberalization, LPG stand for liberalization, privatization, globalization. When I talk about liberalization, it do what? It remove rules, regulations, and restrictions. It removes the rules, regulations, and restrictions from the trading part of your economy or from the business part of your economy. So removing the rules, regulation, and restriction is a part of liberalization. Due to the liberalization, we say that LPQ, license, permit, and quota Raj, is a thing of past. Thing of past. Like it used to happen in our country. The license Raj, the permit Raj, the quota Raj used to be the thing of a country, but now it become a past. License Raj, permit Raj, quota Raj, all the three have been removed by the country with the help of liberalization. So liberalization means removing rules, regulation, restriction, so that we will be making sure that we have a ease of economic policies, so that easily trade can be done in the country, easily business can be started, easily the working of countries will be done efficiently by involving more and more enterprises in the country and making Indian economy easy to work. Okay, that's the liberalization. So LPQ, license, permit, quota Raj, became a thing of past. Okay, we can say LPQ is what? LPQ is now a thing of past. Clear? Now, the privatization. Privatization means to provide control, management, and ownership. The control, management, and ownership transferred to private enterprises. Okay, so when we transfer the control, the management, the ownership of public enterprises to the private enterprise is known as your privatization. So the control of government, the management of government, the ownership of government have been given to whom? To the private enterprise. That is known as your privatization. Clear? Next. So because of the privatization, Indian economy became the mixed economy, because now in India, government and private sector, they both are working together. And that's why we can say Indian economy became a private economy, or we can say a mixed economy. It happened due to the privatization, because we have transferred the ownership, the control, the management of government to the private sector. Okay. Now, what is globalization? Globalization means to link Indian economy with world economies. With world economies. Okay. What is globalization? Globalization simply means to link Indian economy with global economy in context to everything. Right? In context to everything I'm talking about. It means you are allowed the cross-border transaction of goods and services, of skills, of customs, of, let's say, knowledge, of labor, of financial resources, of funds, everything. All the cross-border transactions have been allowed is known as your globalization. So globalization means to link the Indian economy with the world economy in context to cross-border transaction of everything. Okay. Now, because of the globalization, Indian economy became open economy. Open economy is a type of economy where there is no restrictions on the foreign trade by the government of India or by the government of the country. When there is no restriction on the export import of goods and services from one country to another country, that country is known as open economy. No restrictions will be seen in the country. Okay, no restrictions will be seen in the country. Let me know, clear till now? Liberalization, privatization, globalization, clear? Do let me know yes or no. Okay, done. Yes. So this is the economic reform that happened in 1991, in which we have introduced the liberalization, privatization, globalization. Clear? So that's the economic reform. Now, foreign trade policy. If I talk about the foreign trade policy always be prepared by government of India. It is, you can call it a exim policy, you can call it a export import policy, or we can call it a foreign trade policy. Everything is same. So when it comes to the FTP policy, that is foreign trade policy, we can call it foreign trade policy, we can call it exim policy, or we can call it a export import policy. All are same. Export import policy. Okay, all are same. The foreign trade policy, exim policy, export import policy, all are same, right? Now these policy will be made for the tenure of 5 years. These policy will be made for the tenure of 5 years always. So right now the policy going on is 2022 to 2027. That's the latest foreign trade policy of our country. Okay, so the foreign trade policy will always be made for the next 5 years. It talks about all the rules, regulations, restrictions, terms and conditions which are related to the export and import of goods and services. Okay, it is related to the export and import of goods and services. Clear? Now, let's move forward. If we talk about foreign trade policy, the administration of the policy will be done by Government of India, obviously. The Government of India will be the head of the policy, who will approve the policy. So in the Government of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry will take care of this policy. Under this ministry, we have a Foreign Trade Regulation and Development Act 1992. Under this act, we have created a particular post. That post is named as a Director General of Foreign Trade. This post is known as DGFT, and DGFT stands for Director General of Foreign Trade. Okay, it stands for what? It stands for the Director General of Foreign Trade. And with this Director General of Foreign Trade, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, the RBI, and the state departments will help to implement, formulate, and monitor the foreign trade policy of the country. Okay, so if we talk about the administration of foreign trade policy, this is the hierarchy of administration of foreign trade policy. Okay, so first of all, we have a Government of India. Under the Government of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry will look into this matter. Under this ministry, we have created an act that known as Foreign Trade Regulation and Development Act 1992. Then under this act, we have created a post that named as the Director General of Foreign Trade. And under the Director General of Foreign Trade, all the policies, rules, regulations, monitoring, control, everything will be taken care of. And RBI, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom, and State Department, they will help out. Okay, they will do what? They will help out the government or the DGFT to run the foreign trade policy smoothly in the country. Okay, so this is what the foreign trade policy is. Now, foreign trade policy refer to the economic policy that governs an economy's export-import activity. Economic policies such as your foreign trade policy, foreign investment policy are critical component the economic process. Okay, of the economic process, the economic policies like foreign trade policy, foreign investment policy, they are what? They are the critical component of your economic process. A well-planned foreign policy adds to the local economy's output and the nation's prosperity. So India has had special policies promoting trade and investment from its inception. Okay, so these policies are important policy for the growth of the country, or we can say the development of the country. Clear? Next. Next, we have climate change. So can someone tell me what is the meaning of climate change? What is the meaning of climate change? What's the meaning of climate change? Okay, deforestation, rising temperature, global warming, change in pattern of climate. That's correct. The factor which affect the climate change, global warming, fossil fuels. Okay. So when we talk about climate change, you can see the climate change simply means long term changes we are seeing in temperature and weather that we can easily see now. Easily now, we can see the temperature is changing, the weather is changing, that we are talking about in case of our climate change. Okay, in case of our climate change, we can simply say that temperature and weather patterns are changing and there is a long term changes in that. So you can see in those patterns, if we talk about the patterns, the weather we are checking right now, there are certain months where we have seen a heavy rain, and then there are certain months when we actually face that there should be a proper cold, or let's say a rainy season or a summer season. The seasons are actually changing, the duration of all the seasons are actually changing, right? The flooding we are seeing in the lot of states. Earlier it used to be 2 or 3 states which used to face a lot of issues, but now you can see we have in this season only, in the month of June, we have seen a certain state where the record have been break for your for your flood or the raining. So that's what we're talking about in case of climate change. It is long term changes in temperature and weather pattern. They are referred to as the climate change. And these variation may be natural, but human activities have been the primary cause of climate change since 1800s. So mostly owing to your composition of your fossil fuels like a coal, oil, gas, which creates heat trapping gases. And because of these fossil fuels, we are facing the global warming, and this global warming making the climate change. Okay, these global warming making the climate change or the temperature change in the long term. So climate change threaten not only to your economic growth but also acts as a poverty multiplier. It increasing the number of poor people and making them further poorer, as well as widening the inequality. So what we can say, the climate change making your country more poorer as well as not helping out in the economic growth. And if we talk about World Bank, the World Bank has said that India have to face 2.8% decline every year in GDP due to climate change. Due to climate change. So this has been said by World Bank in its report that due to the climate change, India will be facing 2.8% decline every year in GDP due to the climate change. Okay, this data is specifically for which country? It is for India, that every year. And till what year? Till 2050. Till 2050, every year we will be facing 2.8% decline in our GDP due to this climate change. So this is a very severe situation for not only India but also for the world to control the climate change. And that's why each and every countries are having a certain meeting, certain conference in which the major part played by the sustainable development goals, because the 13th goal of your sustainable development goal is a climate change. Sorry, it's a climate action. Okay, so sustainable, first of all, let's understand what is SDG, what is sustainable development goals. So first of all, United Nations General Assembly first have been given the Millennium Development Goals, that is known as MDG. These goals were introduced in the year 2000 and 2008. These goals have been continued. Okay, the Millennium Development Goals have been created, introduced in 2000 and till 2008 it have been continued, right? So when it comes to the Millennium Development Goals, there was 8 goals that have been given to the MDG, which was said to be achieved by the year 2008. But one thing have been done here. UNGA has said that this is applicable to all the developing countries. It is for the developing countries. They have to follow these goals and have to achieve these goals by the year 15. By the year 2015. So the 15 years goals have been given by the United Nations General Assembly that have been named as the Millennium Development Goals, which was introduced in the year 2000 and said to be achieved by the year 2015. There was total 8 goals in the developing countries. Now, when it comes to the United Nations General Assembly, when the Millennium Development Goal ended in 2015, we have introduced the SDG. Now, what does SDG stands for? It stands for Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, it stands for what? It stands for the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, these Sustainable Development Goals have been introduced in the year 2015 until 2030. It have been said to be achieved. Right? And if we talk about, there are total 17 goals that have been given to the SDG to achieve by the year 2030. Okay. Now, one thing have been added here, that developing plus developed. Both the countries have to achieve these targets by the year 2030. This have been said. So SDG is Sustainable Development Goals. It have been introduced in the year 2015. By 2030, you have to achieve the 17 goals given by United Nations General Assembly to make the developing and developed country more powerful, more efficient, and more capable of fulfilling the needs of the economy. That's why this have been introduced. And you can see these are the 17 goals of the SDG. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible production and consumption, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and a strong institution, and the partnership for goals. Okay, these are the total 17 goals that have been introduced by United Nations General Assembly in 2015, which have to be achieved by the year 2030. Okay, now you can see the 13th goal talks about the climate action. It is for the climate change, to control the climate change, to control the impact of global warming. We have introduced the climate action as a goal number 13 of your SDG. Clear? So let me know, clear till now? Any doubt? So this is SDG and MDG and climate change we have discussed. Now the CSR we will continue in the next class. So first let me know, any doubt till now? First let me know, is there any doubt till now? Okay, I guess clear to all. Done. Now, so those candidates who are watching us on YouTube, and if you want to enroll in the paid batches, so this is the information for all of you. The batch you are attending right now is the resolution batch. It's a comprehensive batch. All the 4 subjects will be covered in this batch. It's a comprehensive batch. It means the detailed study will be there. Topic-wise test will be there. Full-length mock test will be there. And your ebooks will be also available. All the sessions recording will be available 24/7 for all of you. Whenever you want and how many times you want, you can watch your sessions recorded, right? Apart from that, if you want to go with the individual batch, this is the individual batch of IEIFS. Single subject batch is available for IEIFS. If you want to prepare for all the 4 subjects, I will suggest go for the Mahapack. It have a double validity plus 81% discount available if you use a code Y496. Okay, so these benefit will be available to you if you use the code Y496. So first of all, you have to download the Adda 24/7 application, because on application only you will get the additional 1% discount by using the coins. Okay, so how to enroll? Let's say this is our website, adda247.com. This is the website. On the website, you will find here all courses. Click on all courses. Select the category JAIIB CAIIB. Then you will find here JAIIB October. Click on the JAIIB October. And you will find all the batches available here. Right? So Mahapack is available with the double validity. You can go for it. Otherwise, you can go for the resolution batch. In the resolution batch, you can check all the details have been given here. Test series, ebooks, online classes will be available. When you go for the study plan, you can go for the study plan. In study plan, all the 4 subject study plan will be available. When you click on here, you will find the study plan. And I will tell you the dates of your batches. AFM will start on 15th of July. PPB will start on 12th of July. IE IFS already started from 28th of June. Okay, it have been started. And this is how an RBWM date have not been fixed yet. When it's fixed, I will inform you all. After checking all the details, just click on the buy now option and enter a code here. That will be your Y496 and apply. One second. Y496. Okay. When you apply this code, you will find 80% discount available here. 1% additional discount will be given to you when you purchase from the Adda 24/7 application. So 3,700 will be the right price you have to pay. 6 months validity will be there. If you go for Mahapack, the Mahapack will have 6 plus 6 months validity. When you click on the buy now option, enter the same code here. That will be your Y496 and apply. Once you apply, again 80% discount will be shown to you here, but 1% additional discount will be available from Adda 24/7 application. Okay, so 6 plus 6 months discount is there, 81% discount is there. 6 months validity will be given to you if you use the code Y496, and 5,700 something you have to pay to enroll for the batch. Okay, so this is how you can enroll yourself for the resolution batch and Mahapack. Study plan is available on the website only. When you go to the website, I have showed you now. In the batch, when you scroll down, in the JAIIB resolution batch, when you scroll down, you will find the study plan. Just scroll down and you will see the study plan section have been given here. Click on the study plan. You will find all the 4 subject study plan available on the website. Okay, these are the study plan. Your dates, your times, and your syllabus study plan will be available here. Okay, on this chat, I won't be able to share the link because the sharing of link is not allowed in the software. So I cannot share the link. You can simply go to the website. You will find the study plan there. Okay, so let's end the session here. If you have any other doubt, you can ask. Apart from that, there is one more information that we have introduced the JAIIB CAIIB English medium channel, in which all the English medium sessions will be available for all of you. So do subscribe to channel JAIIB CAIIB English medium to get more information about the upcoming classes. Okay, that's all for today. Let's end the session here. We'll see you all tomorrow at the same time, 7 to 8 p.m. with the foundation class number 4. Okay, take care everyone. Good night.